Welcome back, fellas. Let's put this in the ether. This video I'm going to entitle that men don't need marriage, right? Men don't benefit anything from marriage. Men don't, right? Don't need marriage to survive. If anything, who needed marriage most is women. Women need marriage. Women benefit the most from marriage, right? Men don't usually benefit anything from marriage. If you want to talk about starting a family, you don't need to marry each other to start a family. You can start a family with a girl right now. Just I don't want to endorse anything against biblical things, right? I'm a man of God, right? And it said that you should marry a woman you want to start a family, but in society is that it's very dangerous for men to get married, and there's other option out there if a man chooses to want to start a family. Right? There's nothing say that if you want to start a family you have to marry somebody or sign a government contract. Right? Most men out there, right? Marriage is on the last mind. Right? And if marriage ever get in his mind, if marriage ever become a current theme in his mind, is that he already achieved everything in his life. Right? That's the only reason why men want to get married, right? That's the only reason why men get married. If he achieves everything in his life and he want to pass on his lineage, get a successor. That's the only reason why he want to start a family. So he have a family to start all these stuff. A man have to come to a point in his life that he accomplished everything already. Most men out there haven't accomplished anything. So if they haven't accomplished anything, if they haven't reached to the peak of success, they still have a long way to go. Right? This is why I tell men out there, guys, if you ever want to consider marriage, make sure you get your priorities straight first. Make sure you want to achieve all your goals. You get everything that's out of your way. Get all your success, all your goals out the way. Right? Marriage should be your last option. Right? Marriage is when you get to a point in your life where you've done everything in your life. Right? You made success. You get all your goals. You get all the money. You get all the things that you ever wanted, and there's nothing else to be achieved. Then there's the possibility of trying to get a family, or try to start a family, or try to get married if you're inclined to get married. But the thing is, most men out there don't benefit anything from marriage. I don't think a marriage should be any guy's goal in life at all. Right? Most guys out there in the 20s or whatever age they are, the last thing on the mind is to get married. You know, when a guy get married, that's the end of his life, right? That's basically he giving up on life. When the guys get married, why you think in a wedding, right? In a wedding, guys wear all black. In a funeral, guys wear all black, right? Because in a marriage, in a wedding, that's the death of a man. That's what it is. Marriage, mortgage, right? Start with M, right? Both start with M. It's symbolic of a death of a man. A man relinquishes his freedom, right? That means he's given up on his life to start a family, to give us his life, to sacrifice his life. That's what it is. When a man decides to get married, he decides to sacrifice his freedom, sacrifice his life for a woman, for her to start a family, right? And women don't have to do that. There's nothing, women, if there's anything that they sacrifice for, but what I'm saying is that they don't sacrifice much when it comes to marriage. They don't, right? They could still cheat on you, they could still lie to you, right? They could still be impregnated by another man and have you take care of the kids, right? They don't know the sanctity of marriage anymore, right? Till death do you part, right? To thickness and to thin, right? Right? What does that mean? To forever. Right? Until you die. That's what the term comes from. Right? But now women today, they don't know the concept of marriage at all. To them, right, due to the no fault divorce, it's to the point when they're not happy. When they're not happy, that's a sign you should look out for. When they're not happy, they can raise that divorce card. Alright? They have the upper advantage because of that. This is why I'm saying that there's no benefit for a guy to get married at all. Right? Because guys do not have leverage when it comes to marriage. It's the death of him. Right? Marriage is the death of man. The death of his freedom. Right? The death of his bachelorhood. Why do you think a lot of guys who are single have more freedom, right, than a guy who's married? That's why I'm telling guys out there, do not be jealous of a married man. I'm not jealous of married men, right? Because I could do so much more than a married man. right? I have more freedom than a married man. You gotta look at the positive. Sure, there might be some kind of negative into it, like maybe a lack of companionship. But guys, we don't really need that much companionship. We are ingrained to be alone, right? We could handle it being alone in our life. Right? So if we could handle it being alone in life, we don't need the companion of a woman. The only reason why men need a woman is to procreate. That's the only reason why. To procreate and have her take care of the kids. Right? Besides that, men don't need women that much. Right? Men, especially today's men, we can do anything that a woman can. We could cook for ourselves. We could clean our own home. We could maintain our own stuff. Right? There's really no point to getting married at all if we understand that we are capable of doing the thing that women can. Alright? The only thing we can't do is bear a child. We don't have a womb for that. That's the only reason why we want to procreate with a woman. Because women have this ability of carrying a child. Of carrying our next lineage. And that's the only reason why men get married. Right? To pass on their DNA. Right? To pass on their successful wealth. Right? That's the only reason why. Right? But besides that, marriage is death for men. It kills men. We don't need it. If that's the case, most men don't need it. Right? When you ask a young guy, right? A guy's in his 20s, a guy's invested. The last thing on his mind is marriage. The main thing on his mind is to get money, right? To be successful, right? Or if you want to bang a lot of chicks before you get married. Look, when you get married, you only have one option of banging chicks. The same chick over and over. Right? Over and over. And not only that, it's not even guaranteed you get constant sex. You have to, most marriage out there, men have to beg for sex. Right? When you're a bachelor, you have more freedom than ever. You can beg as much chicks as you want. You get paid as much escort as you want. Right? I'm not saying that's optimal, but I'm just saying if that's your prerogative, by all means, go ahead, whatever. Right? But I'm just telling you, I'm just pointing out the differences. Right? There's no benefit for a man, especially a man in his youth, to get married at all. That's why I tell guys out there, take your time with women. Right? Women don't like time. Right? Take your time. Eventually she will expose her true self. Right? Date slow. Date slow as possible. Right? You have all the time in the world. She don't. Right? If she don't have enough patience to deal with you, she's not the right one for you. That's if you do choose to date at all. Right? So back to my point, right? Guys, there's not really an incentive for guys to get married. Right? This is why I don't advocate getting married unless you want to end your life or something like that. Right? You want that to be the death of you. Right? That's it. You're over. It's called game over for a reason when you get married. Right? So there's no benefit at all for guys to marry young. Right? You should always get your priorities straight first. Right? Get all your goals out the way. Learn a lot of skills. Travel where you want to travel. Right? Do all these things that you have time to do. Right? Meet new people. Right? Build new connection with friends and guys. Right? Learn new skills. All that stuff. Right? Because when you get married, you don't have time anymore. The only time that you have when you get married is go to Home Depot, go to Costco every weekend. That's the only time. Right? That's the only time. Take your kids to school. Right? Everything else is dedicated to your family. Right? When you lock into that contract, that's the end of your life. No more bachelorhood. You can't stay up with your friends. You can't go places. You need permission from your wife constantly. Right? Your wife gonna put you down all the time. You can't satisfy her, right? Most of the time you can't satisfy a lot of women, right? You don't know what to make her happy. She's not gonna tell you. You gotta predict what's on her mind. You have to know, right? For a woman to be happy. I shouldn't already tell you. You should already know that this make me happy. I shouldn't already tell you what I'm hungry or not. You should already know that I'm always hungry. Right? Those kind of BS that you have to deal with. Right? This is not called benefits. You don't benefit anything. Right? If anything, it's a disadvantage to a man. Right? You gotta hear her constant nagging all the time. Right? So I don't suggest guys to be married. Marriage is not worth it for men. It's not. Right? I don't want to advocate having kids out of wedlock, but if that is your goal, right? If that's to go have kids, it's better off to have the kids out of wedlock. Right? That's it. I'm not advocating any immoralized thing, but sometimes, to prevent yourself from being destroyed by a marriage contract, and if you want to have kids, this happens all the time. This couple all the time, they decide not to get married. They just decide to have a family. You don't have to get married to start a family, right? This boyfriend and girlfriend, they start a family, they just have a family, all right? That's it. There's some women who understand this kind of stuff. They just want to be with the man, right? But there are women out there who need that validation, who need that title of getting married, right? They need that. They urge that. They yearn for that title of being officiated. Oh, we're a married couple. For what? What, for benefits? For life insurance? Right? For health plan? You guys could get separate health care, right? Right? Boyfriend and girlfriend, they could get separate health care. They could get separate retirement plan. They could get all these things separately. Alright? But no, she wants the thing from you as men. I'm not saying for you to be greedy about it. If you can afford it, fine. But the thing is, you have to understand, to a woman, it's all about your resources. That's why they want to get married. Right? They can't survive this on their own. They need a man. Right? The strong and independent thing is all BS. It's all farce. Right? Women need men as much as men need women. Right? This is why they promoting all this marriage and all this stuff. I'm not for marriage at all. I don't advocate marriage for men. I'm anti-marriage because it don't benefit men at all. But if you want to get married, fine, by all means, go ahead. Right? But that's the death view. Alright? Most guys out there cannot recover from a divorce. Especially when from a long marriage. Right? You have to understand that. Right? I'm not speaking on my butt. You have to do your research. You don't believe me? Just do your research. Right? Do your research. It's gonna be the death view. Why do you think you wear black to your wedding? It's the same way you wear black to your funeral. Right? Because the death of a man. The death of a man is marriage. You're tied down. Why do you think it's called tying down? Tying a knot. Settle down. A guy who have purpose are not supposed to settle down. Right? You purpose. Right? To achieve as much as you can while you're on this planet. Right? Why do you think priests don't need to get married? Why do you think monks don't get married? Marriage is not the ultimate goal. Marriage is not the end all be all solution for everything. Sometimes marriage is not a solution at all. Right? Marriage should not be a priority. And the thing is, society are misinterpreting that. Oh yeah, once you get a job, you get married. Not really. Once you get a job, when you get out of school and do all that stuff, you continue on with your life. Right? Marriage is just a pit stop if you decide to get married. But after marriage, when a guy gets divorced, when a guy loses his wife, they carry on with their life. Right? Your life don't stop after marriage. Right? Your life don't stop with marriage, after marriage, whatever it is, right? Marriage should not be an option. Right? With your life. You still have a lot of life to live. And most of the time, guys die sooner when they're in marriage. Why do you think there's a lot of rich bachelor out there that never got married and they live longer? They don't have that stress that a marriage man has. There might be a guy out there who say, "Oh, I love my wife," and all that. That's you, man. That's you. Oh, our marriage is simple. You keep saying that. You keep telling yourself that. Right? But I'm telling you guys, right, in general, marriage is not a solution for anything. Right? If you think marriage is the thing that fulfill you, by all means, go ahead. Roll the dice. Bite the bullet. Right? But do yourself a favor, do your research first. Right? I don't advocate marriage. I don't think marriage is an optimal thing for men to do. Right? If you want to be in a relationship, fine, be in a relationship, but marriage should not be in your head. It should be a solution or a problem solving. Marriage don't solve anything. Right? Marriage don't solve any damn problems. You have to understand that. Right? If anything, it bringing more problems into your life. You bring bad vibration, bad energy. A woman have a lot of bad energy in them. If you don't vet it correctly, right? That's why Jesus or God tell you that sometimes you need to walk alone. Walk alone will get yourself away from bad energy. That's how you get away from bad energy. You be by yourself. You be solitude. All right? When you bring people into your life, you're bringing their energy. And depending on what kind of energy it is, depending good or bad, you're bringing their energy to you. Right? These women have bad energy. Most of these women are undiagnosed sociopath, right? Manipulative, right? You don't know the true intention. But on that note, guys, this is some of the stuff why I don't advocate marriage to men. Marriage is not a necessity for men. Most men out there don't need marriage, right? Women need marriage more than men need marriage. On that note, guys, let me know if you agree, right? Do you think men need marriage? I don't think men need marriage, right? Leave a comment below, right? If you want to support my channel, like, share, subscribe. And on that note, guys, as always, peace and blessings.